Okay, this is another Stanwell that I purchased. This one I got in Portland at Rich's Cigar in Portland, Oregon. This is a Silkebrun, which is the Danish, which is I don't know if it's Dutch or what, but basically it's just silk brown. So it's it describes their matte brown finish. It's more of a reddish brown, I think, but the shape number is 63M. If you like it, that's the one to look for. It's got a saddle into an acrylic army flush mount thing, which I thought was going to be kind of weird, but is actually really cool. I thought it would like fall apart a lot easier, but it actually stays together pretty good. And I've also added the black vinyl tubing to this to make it a little bit easier to clinch, because the band isn't vulcanite, it's acrylic, or the stem is acrylic, so that kind of hurts my teeth a little bit sometimes, so I added that. This is a plateau top with a smooth side, which is a configuration in the Danish pipes that I really like. I mostly like smooth pipes. I have some rusticated, but mostly I'm a smooth pipe guy, and the reason is because I like grain. But the one thing I do like about rusticated pipes is that there's a tactile sensational touch, like a really interesting feeling, and I like to be able to appreciate both. So any pipe that I find that's rusticated and smooth, or vice versa, rusticated and smooth, I pick up because I just like that sort of. I like to be able to have the best of both worlds, I guess. And on that note, I have a Nording that fits the same bill. This was the Nording I was smoking in the last video I put up. There's no shape number, it's just a freehand, right? And it's got some tobacco in it, so I made a little bit of a mess there. Really cool stem. I love this sort of diamond saddle style. Really interesting shank transition. Let me get that up where you can see it. Interesting shank transition. It's got the smooth and the rusticated, so there's something for my hands to do, which is a big deal for me. And it smokes really well. I got this as a gift too, but I'm not really sure where. You pick up enough pipes, eventually you forget. Oh, there is a stamping down here. Maybe that'll tell me what shape this is. It just says A Nording. I cannot make that out. I do not have the best eyes, so let me see if the viewfinder can make it out for me. Do it. It says A Nording something, probably A Nording freehand. Oh, A Nording Denmark, that's what it says. Okay, well, we wasted a bunch of time on that. Sorry about that, but yeah, this is a favorite. It smokes really well. The only problem I have is that the stem is kind of straight. So if I'm clenching it, the bowl points sort of up, and it kind of sticks in my, it's actually kind of in the way. So I have to kind of smoke it off to the side. But other than that, this is a great pipe. This was the first Peterson system pipe I ever bought. It's a 305 XL. System pipe. It's a nice pipe. The stem is a little thick, so it's a little rough on clenching, and I may add some of that vinyl tubing to it to kind of ease that up. But other than that, it's a great pipe. The system I don't personally find to have any effect on gurgling with this pipe, so I don't know if that's just me or if it's the way I smoke, but I've never really noticed that. All I notice is that I'm paranoid because of a video that I watched from Matches 860, where he found this giant glob of dried tobacco and spit in the well of one of his system pipes that was just making it impossible to smoke and foul. I'm really paranoid about cleaning up the system, so every time I smoke one of these, I take this guy off and I run a pipe cleaner, fold it over down into the well to make sure there's no gunk in there. Thanks, Matches. You made me paranoid. This is a Kinsale Rhodesian. I think this is my only real Rhodesian. Now I could be wrong about this. Actually, I think is it Rhodesians that have the diamond shank and Bulldogs that have the round shank, or is it the other way around? I don't know. I think it's kind of a bulldog. Their shape number on this is XL15. It's a cool pipe. I had it for a couple years before I realized that the rim, and you might not be able to tell, but the rim is actually misshapen. There's a part in the rim where it's sort of like canted off at a funny angle. So now, because of the way my personality works, I always notice that every time I smoke it. Oh, you can actually kind of, right there, where it cants at a funny angle, you can kind of see it. But so every time I smoke this pipe, I just kind of think about that. But this is a great pipe. Smokes for a really long time. Smokes really well. This is my other Savinelli. This is a Savinelli Roma lucite, and I believe the shape number is like 80. Oh no, I'm completely wrong about that. It's 122? Huh. Anyway, again, I love this stem. It's a little bit fancy for me. I don't really like the colored stems all that much, so I don't smoke this one that often. This was another pipe that I got to specifically smoke aromatics from, and I don't smoke aromatics that much, so I don't smoke this that often. But this pipe, because of its the pot shape and the really wide open bowl, smokes flakes really well. So I actually should probably smoke this more often. I have 3 cobs, which I'll just bring out here because there's really nothing to say about cobs that you've probably haven't already heard before. But they're all the same shape of cob. I forget what it's called. I think it's not the general, maybe it's the Mark Twain, that's what it is. I've got a straight with an amber stem, a quarter bent with an amber stem, and a straight with a black stem. 2 finished, 1 natural. They're basic. I use these to smoke tobaccos that I'm not sure if I'm going to like, or that may ghost. Pretty straightforward. This is a Peterson Lestrade. It's one of the Sherlock Holmes pipes. I really, really love the shape. Nice big chamber, the apple style bowl. It's like a giant version of the 303 or the 302. When I first got this pipe, I smoked it constantly almost. It was my go-to. And then I forget why I stopped smoking. I probably got another pipe that I smoked constantly. So I don't smoke this as often as I would like. But it's a really great pipe. And I may actually smoke this later today because I really, holding it reminds me how much I really enjoy it. When I first got it, it was the first pea-lip pipe I'd ever gotten, and I couldn't taste anything. And I thought that was because of the pea-lip, so it kind of put me off getting pea-lips for a while. But then it turned out it was it wasn't the fault of the pea-lip so much as it was the fault of the break-in process, which I hadn't really noticed in the last couple of pipes that I had purchased. So, yeah, I really, really love this pipe. This pipe I also got as a gift for my birthday. It's another Kinsale, which is the sort of Sherlock Holmes knockoff, not knockoff, but like lower price range. It's also got that sort of beveled edge that I really like. I love this pipe. It smokes really well. Nice deep chamber. I have very long fingers, and this gets all the way up to the second knuckle, so that's a pretty good size smoke for me. Looks great. Feels great in the hand. Love the finish. It's sort of like brownish orange, dark stain. I have nothing but nice things to say about this pipe. And I love a bent pipe. Bent pipes are my absolute favorite style.